And we are back with another Black with No Cream podcast, episode 24. New episode every single Sunday. I'm your host, Ben Haggerty, a.k.a. Ben Real vs. World. Today's intro is going to be short and sweet. It's Sunday night. It's almost 11:30 p.m. Eastern. My goal is to always have this podcast come out every Sunday by 6 p.m. That's why I say I'm pretty bad at sticking to it. I will try to get better at that. But either way, I'm trying to get it out still on Sunday. So just trying to keep this short and sweet. Today's episode is with my homie Dusty Kessler. He is a fucking brilliant photographer. He does video work. He shoots for G-Eazy Walk The Moon. He's done Lil Yachty, Lil B, Super Duper Kyle, all kinds of artists. This dude is fantastic. I think you're really going to love this interview. I'm excited just to dive into it, and you guys can explore and hear his story. This dude's from the Midwest like me and came out here and pulled it off. He's known G-Eazy since early days, like before he was actually G-Eazy, and his rise to success is pretty interesting. So pay attention to this episode. I'm just going to get straight into it. If you guys have been paying attention to my Instagram and shit, I've been very, very busy on a project that I can't talk about yet, but I've been doing 10-hour plus days for the last 3 weeks with only 2 days off. Today was supposed to be another day off, but we ended up having to shoot, and I had to go move out of our WeWork office at 8 a.m., do an interview with Justin O'D show, and then go straight to the shoot, and just got home, ate some dinner, recording this, gonna make the artwork, post this bitch, you feel me? Alright, anyways, you know the whole deal. If you don't know what Black with No Cream is, I'm sorry I can't give the whole spiel, but the Creative Collective is available for you to join. Just go to bwnc.com/join. And if you want to buy some merch, we got that shit too. bwnc.com/merch. Get your shit, man. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm just very, very tired, guys. I'll be better at this, I promise. I'll make sure I record these way more in advance than Sunday night. Alright, that's it. Enjoy the work week. Keep creating. Make sure to tune in every single Sunday for a new Black with No Cream podcast episode. And without further ado, I bring to you my interview with Dusty Kessler and the most epic podcast intro ever created right motherfucking now.
Attention.
If you stop this podcast recording at any time,
you will die.
I don't want to die.
Do you want to live?
You have 24 hours to share this podcast with 5 people or you will die.
I'm kidding, you won't die. You're just weak shit for not sharing.
And the winner of the best motherfucking podcast goes to...
Black with No Cream.
What do you think?
It's so fucking dumb and so fucking Ben Haggerty.
I knew you would say that. Check.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, we are fucking back with another Black with No Cream podcast. Today's guest, Dusty Kessler. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, Kessler. You got it, bro.
I mean, it looks pretty easy on paper when you look at it, Kessler, but you never know. DKessler on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find him there. This dude is a fucking... Your photography is through the roof.
Thanks, bro.
Do you know that?
Is
this news to you?
Man, we've been trying to do this for a minute now. It's like, I'm blessed like every day that like someone could talk to me just like about photography and art and appreciate what I do.
Yeah.
And like just be in like a creative zone like we are now, and like just gotta like give it up to you for like creating a space like this. And
Thanks,
like letting people come in and talk. That's super important. I rarely do I talk about photography to like other people.
Really?
Like I'll get messages all the time from cats like,
You ignore it?
99% of the time.
I'm gonna give you a copy paste so you could say that's like, hey, join this creative collective called Black with No Cream, because that's what I did. And
Exactly. And it's like, you know, if someone takes the time to really like reach out, like send me like a well drafted email asking about something, I'm like, I got you. Like I'll FaceTime with you. I'll set up a Skype. I don't care.
I do that shit all the time.
I don't care. Like if you really want to talk about shit, it's
Right.
not like, oh sure, I could talk about gear all day.
Right.
But I don't want to talk about like, how do you blah blah blah.
What's G like?
Yeah, it's like
Shut up,
I don't have
guy.
time for that.
No, I hear you.
But yeah, man, like I'm a photo purist. Getting back to the point, like I love photography. That's my thing. That's what I do. In the past few years, I've kind of had to, you know, bite the bullet and kind of start doing some more video stuff, more motion stuff, and I love it. I love shooting it, and it's dope.
But you hate editing.
I hate editing it.
Really?
Yeah. It takes a different brain, man.
It takes a lot of time too.
It takes a lot of time. And I always say, like, you know how many photos I could be editing and have edited in the time that it took me to edit this video?
Yes, I do know.
I mean,
it's fucking obnoxious.
It's an unnecessary evil, though, man.
And the tough part about it is, like, I'm assuming most of your video work is done on the road, right?
Yes.
So that's the worst editing scenario.
Tough.
Like,
it's tough.
You start pulling out your laptop and you get your drive situated, you get your fucking drink and shit and your food, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm about to bang this bitch out. And you start going in, and then it's like, yo, something cool's happening outside here. Or, yo, we're going to go pull up to this mall or some shit. Like, bring the camera. And then you're taken out of your fucking zone. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine if you started walking up to artists and saying, like, they just started recording, they're coming up with a fire verse, and you're like, yo, come outside real quick for a little bit, though.
Let's take these photos.
Yeah, let's take photos. They'll be like, no.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I paid good money for the studio time.
Yeah. Be like, I paid a lot for this camera. I want to get some good images out of this shit. No, I feel you. It's like a I don't know, love-hate relationship with the gear and shit.
Exactly.
And being able to come up with like
exactly. And it's like when you're on a tour bus too, and like shit's shaking. You're on the bus and you're like, I can't edit like this.
Or on the plane. The worst is trying to, if you have a deadline, you gotta do it on the airplane.
Yeah, no.
I hate that.
Yeah,
shit.
no.
Because I believe that I feel like if we're gonna die in an airplane, like I deserve it.
I'm not editing while I die.
But I deserve it. So like I'm pretty good at being like, all of a sudden turbulence comes in, I'm like, hey, if this is my time to go, this is it. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be terrifying, but it is what it is. And then when I start editing, it makes it scarier. Like all of a sudden your computer's shaking, you're like, yo, thousands of dollars. Wait, this is my life on the line.
Wow.
Are we gonna fucking die?
Wow.
Yeah, and just shut it down.
I'm gonna be thinking about that on Friday morning when
That's what I'm saying.
flying.
Yeah, take a look. I don't know. But anyway, no, yeah, I think you're fucking dope as shit. I love following your work.
Thank you, bro.
I think, did Adam introduce us?
Dude, shout out to Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, we see you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for linking the boys up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which is fucked up because we've been living, you live here, right?
Yeah,
most of the time?
I moved to LA about 8 months ago, over the summer.
From where?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Midwest
boys.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Iowa.
You're from Iowa. I see
That's
it.
what I'm
I
talking
see
about.
the vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's just something about like cats from the Midwest that like, you know, they're super motivated. They like working together. And it's just like they want to do it, you know? It's like there's so many like lazy fools.
The work ethic.
They just don't want to work. They just don't want to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but yeah, we got those values.
Right. That's what
they see us.
I think that too, though. You come out here and you
us.
see people get comfortable. That's the problem. Especially you're only 8 months in. I've been here for 2.5 years.
Right.
Like it's easy to like fall into that comfort zone where you're like, oh shit, like,
dude,
I don't really want to go out there and shoot for 12 hours a day, so I'm gonna pass that up.
I know.
But that's the shit you have to continue to do.
I feel like I can't pass anything up. That's my biggest issue. It's like the first time you say no to something, then they'll never call you again.
Exactly.
And that's like not always the case.
No, yeah.
But mentally, you're like, I have to do this.
Right. I feel like I always said that I would say yes until I could say no. That was like the biggest key is when you can get into a position. Because most of it, like, it's funny because me and Dave, the intern, we were just talking about this on the way here. And I like think of it as like how valuable is your time? You know what I mean? Like what if, you know, say someone asks you to come out tomorrow for whatever the rate is and you are like, like it's not even that good, but money's always good, so I might do it anyway, but I could be sitting here putting together like a dope photo book that I could eventually sell and that could mean a lot more. You know what I mean? Like it's always balancing the time. So it's like, when do you say no to shit? That's an interesting question. Do you have the answer?
If I had that answer, I could probably get a book deal.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Let's collab. Let's get a book deal.
Let's figure it out. Black with no answers.
No answers. Nah, but so anyway, let's talk about this. You tour a lot.
I do.
How the fuck do you how do you start touring with, like, okay, so you just got off tour with Walk the Moon, right?
I did.
How long was that tour?
That was a 2-month tour.
2-month US?
Yes. All US. We started rehearsals right after New Year's.
Oh shit.
So,
okay, cool.
and I just got off like 2 weeks ago.
Dope. That's I think when I hit you up, because I was like, yo, you gotta talk to him, and you're like, I'm leaving, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man, it was really great working with those guys. Before that, I had done like a couple one-offs with them and went to South America for like 2 weeks with them.
That's pretty tight.
But yeah, it was it's a different vibe when you are living on a tour bus for 2 months with 6 other guys.
Right.
And like, yeah.
Versus just like popping into South America and maybe like staying at hotels.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you have
Your
like
hotel.
privacy and shit. And
Exactly.
Now you're sleeping on top or in the
Yeah,
middle of like
the
2
bunks.
other guys.
Yeah, man.
So how, I guess with them, who are other artists that you've worked with? I know I list this off in the pre-intro to this shit.
Yeah, so previous to doing the Walk the Moon tours, I've done a majority of the G-Eazy tours. And I've just worked primarily, like, G was the first person to like ever put me on and give me that chance to like go on the road. So I owe like everything, like
that man.
a lot to
A lot
to
of
him.
people owe a lot to that
yeah,
guy.
exactly. So, you know, I did like EDM stuff for a little bit, like when I was just like starting to get interested into like music and show like live music photography.
In St. Louis?
Initially,
Yeah.
it's like St. Louis was tough because like the music community was like not there. Like I had to go out and find it.
Yeah.
I would like go down to New Orleans sometimes. 'Cause we had like G went to school down there, and we had like mutual friends that lived in New Orleans and all this stuff. So like, and that's a huge music city, and it's one of my
Crazy.
favorite cities in the world.
Right.
So I would like go down there for like I would go out and shoot festivals like sometimes. And then when I was in school, I went to school in Kansas City for 2 years.
What school?
It's a fine art school, the Kansas City Art Institute.
Oh, dope.
Don't include that in there. Just kidding.
You don't like it?
No, it was cool, man. Like,
Kansas City Art Institute?
yeah,
Like
the-
the Art Institute of Kansas City? Is it the same school?
no, it's not the AI schools.
Okay.
It's like it's like 800 kids, like super fine art.
Yeah.
Like it was intense.
Really?
But it was a good learning experience, bro. Because like it definitely made me step out of my comfort zone, and like my background was like when I was living and working in St. Louis, my mentor was like a high-end advertising photographer.
Yeah.
He shot all these commercial jobs, and I was like, this is inspiring. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, we would shoot stuff for like Grey Goose and like, you know, Budweiser and Bud Light and like all these like major brands. And I was like, this is sick.
This is in Kansas City.
In St. Louis, when I lived in St. Louis.
Gotcha.
So my mentor, Mark Katzman, if you're out there listening to
We'll
this.
send him a link.
Yeah, we'll send him a link. So my mentor, Mark, really like got me thinking about like commercial stuff and like really high end and like studio stuff. But then I went to school, fine art school for 2 years in Kansas City, and like learned about that world. So it was cool to like mix the two things up and like see both sides. And a lot of the programs, like a lot of the, like, if you went to photo, like, how do I say this? If you were looking for a photo school today, I don't think there's any good schools that teach both sides. They teach you the fine art side and the commercial side, how to make money.
Right.
Because in Kansas City, they weren't teaching kids how to run themselves like a business.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest issue. I was like, you're setting up your students for failure. I don't know how to, you know, and at that point I had been, my photos had been published like in magazines.
That's tight.
And I was like taking them to my professors and be like, all right, this is great. Like, I can physically show you this. Like, my photo's in Rolling Stone. and they're like, we can't help you, like, in these areas. I'm like, you got to be teaching these kids how to run themselves like a business. I'm like
Right.
18, 19 years old. My shit's, you know.
Been in the fucking biggest magazine.
Yeah, exactly. So that was like a turning point for me where I was like, you know what? This is not a good fit for me. So I went back to St. Louis. I continued to work for Mark at his studio.
Did you finish school there?
I did finish
So you
school in
finished
St.
school.
Louis, yeah, at just a local school. But I wasn't doing fine art stuff anymore. I was doing more like business related stuff
Right.
and like commercial stuff.
What made you know that you needed to learn the business aspect of it?
Because I like my mentor, this like
He's just teaching
Mark,
you.
he was like he had his whole thing, like he had his whole studio, everything.
You're in like the driver's seat of like watching how this all
Yeah.
happens. Like you get the behind the scenes of all that.
Exactly. And it was like eye opening. I was like, you know, not to hate on the fine art aspect, because it's very important to have like to be able to recognize the conceptual side of something as well.
Yeah.
And be able to execute it technically. But I just saw it and I was like,
Not the wave.
not the wave. You know, it was Yeah.
Interesting. So then
It was tough.
stepping back, how did you actually get your mentorship started? How did you lock that in with Mark?
That was just me I was like running around, like we had like a family friend or a mutual friend or something. I was running around with a camera. I was super young, and then like Mark saw me with the camera. We started chatting. He was like, "Why don't you come by the studio sometime?" I was like, "Great."
You already knew he was super
Yeah,
dope.
I didn't know like the extent of like everything that he had done, but I knew the name. I knew he was a photographer and someone I could potentially learn from. And then I started hanging out at the studio, started like doing like a little bit of assisting work on the side, and then that like kind of built into
That's
you know,
crazy.
just like it was amazing. Like he's one of the best.
Right.
You know, he's like one of the best advertising photographers in the country.
Fuck.
But yeah, man.
That's fucking crazy. I mean, that's such a good way
And
to start
then
out. Yeah.
and then
what?
like the best thing about that was to apply everything that I had learned from that experience working in the studio and doing advertising jobs and seeing how all that runs, and then applying that to my passion, which is shooting music and musicians, and like then being able to like full like everything like coming together, and like I'm shooting, you know, a corporate event with a musician doing like two of my favorite things.
Right.
And it's like, wow, this is really like a thing now.
Yeah.
And I never thought that, you know, when I first picked up a camera, I didn't even know that could happen.
Was that, yeah, it really didn't make sense back then.
It didn't make sense that I didn't even know. At one point, I wasn't even aware that you could go to school to study photography or make that a profession. They're like, because you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer,
Right.
you know, what are those typical like, you know, professions
Yeah.
that everyone talks about? It's like, they all have to retire at some point.
And almost everyone does it as a hobby, unless it's like the local photographer guy that shoots all your sports teams' pictures. And
Yeah.
smile, your
Yeah.
girlfriend's gonna see this. It's like, fuck you.
You haven't seen your portraits for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But
Hey, there's good money to be made there, man.
hey,
You can't change
Get
it.
it.
But
Get it.
so then what? You know, you start doing that. You start going down and you're traveling and shooting EDM shit. And then at what point? How long ago was this? When were you in college?
oh shit. Like 2012, 2013 was when I was in Kansas City. And I came back to St. Louis, continued to work. And then, well, it was kind of crazy though, because I've known G since 2010. A lot of people.
Way back.
Yeah.
Because you were going down to New Orleans.
He was on a tour. He was on an early tour when they were in a 15-person van eating, you know, you had a rice cooker in the
Yeah.
back and like everything.
I watched the vlogs.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's exactly how it was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were coming in through St. Louis, and like to make a long story short, anytime they would come back through St. Louis, I would always like hit them up and be like, "Hey, let me come out and take photos."
Right.
And then that turned into, "Hey, let me come out for 2 or 3 days when your guys are in the Midwest and take photos." And they're like, "Awesome." And then that resulted in like, "Come out for 2 weeks. We're gonna do this tour like over the summer."
And so was this cool with Mark? Like you're leaving that job?
Oh yeah,
So
he was
down
stoked
for
on it. He was stoked on it. Because he knew that's what I wanted to do. He just wanted to make sure that like I was taken care of, and,
Right,
like,
right, right.
all that. And then we ended up like G's opening for like T.I. and 2 Chainz and
Right.
Lil Wayne on a summer tour, like
Dog.
doing like
That
that
tour
stuff.
was huge.
Yeah, right. So, and then
Was that his first bus tour?
no,
You did a
not
bus
his first
before
bus tour. R.I.P. Vans Warped Tour.
Yeah.
G did Vans Warped Tour.
Right.
Was one of his, I think, early, if not first, bus tours.
They like require you to have a bus on that. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually a rule
You
that
have
you
to.
can't perform without. There's a lot of bands that like pair up buses.
Well, it's crazy. Like, I mean, Vans Warped Tour. I mean, like an era is literally ending, like in front of our eyes, and people don't.
Right
I don't
now?
think. Yeah.
It's over with?
This
I
is
guess
the
I don't
this
go.
summer is the last.
No.
The last Vans Warped Tour
That's official?
official. Fuck. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. I remember like shooting portraits of G at Vans Warped Tour in St. Louis. It was like the hottest day of the tour, and I still still made him go shoot these portraits.
Jesus Christ.
And but it was always crazy on Vans Warped Tour because you would wake up that morning not knowing what time you would play. Mm-hmm. It's like the craziest schedule.
I think that's why they make you ride the bus, because I remember you had to be there by whatever time that was, 7 a.m. when they gave you your set time or something. So you couldn't just like drive a van. People had to sleep and shit.
No wonder people don't want to do it. It's
but it's expensive, and then by the time you like split the van or the bus with like another band, and you're
3 other people.
Yeah, and you don't have enough money.
He was on a shared a bus with 2 other artists.
It's crazy.
And their crew.
Fuck.
But you know what they do? What they do is they put artists on tours like that to break them. Mm-hmm. Not break them, but like make you understand like how tough it is touring. Yeah. And I mean, it worked. Yeah, to train you, basically. You know, it's like, if you can make it through Vans Warped Tour, you can make it through any tour in the fucking world.
Right. Damn. Because they spread those shows out so far, like, just so they don't cross over with each other and the fans all go to whatever show. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. So, damn, I went to the Vans Warped. That's ending? That's so fucking sad.
G did Vans Warped Tour.
Shout out to G. Damn, I just saw a picture from like...
I know he remembers it.
That same time frame, I think we went and saw... I remember seeing Newfound Glory played main stage at Warped Tour, and I like weaseled my way up to the front in dead center. And some dude from like a forum, like a music forum that was from Illinois, and we were from Iowa. So like he's like, isn't that guy from the Iowa forum? And like post a picture, and it's just me, and I'm like, like in the front row. But I remember how epic that shit was, and it was like... That was the thing. We did it like every summer, you know? Like you need to be there.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
And then like another good friend who also has done a number of Vans Warped Tours, Modson, the homie.
Did he share a van with Modson? Is that what it was? That's what
shared a bus with Mod and T Mills.
Oh yeah, T Mills too. Fuck, I forgot about Travis Mills. Damn.
Crazy.
Super crazy.
Crazy. Anyway.
Came a long way.
Shit, we all did. But anyway, Mod was one of the first artists to take me on a Europe tour.
Oh shit, really?
The first time I went to Europe was with Mod. Yeah, on a tour.
Damn.
And it was sick. Like, it's just like little things like that. You never.
How'd that come? That was just from doing.
It was just from being in the mix and like wanting to work and putting myself out there and being like, I'm available.
Right.
You know, it's just straight up like, I want to document this from my point of view. And,
So what would be awesome. Like on that tour, what were you doing? Were you doing primarily photography, or were you
doing
video? You were doing video
Photo
back
and
then?
video.
Okay, word. So...
The early days of the video stuff.
Yeah, how was that? I mean, that was... when was that tour? Like 2015? 14?
15 or 16 maybe.
So you just... How much were you editing video-wise? What were you doing, like weekly recaps or something, or?
I think a majority of the video I edited after the tour.
After tour?
It was like one big edit.
Yeah. That
it was like 2 weeks. It was like 2 weeks. So it wasn't like super gnarly.
Damn. You got lucky early. In a sense, I don't
know how you know how I could do it any other way. It's like I'm very fortunate that I figured out what I wanted to do at a young age. Yeah. And I kind of just went from there.
And there's mad training involved with that. Like you definitely put yourself to work too.
And you got to teach yourself so much. It's like yeah, I went to school, but I took some like art history classes and painting charcoal shit. Like I'm never gonna use that.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm telling these fools like, yo, like let me take photos, then talk to me.
Yeah. Damn.
It's like the first year of art school, bro. I didn't take any photos.
That's how
I was skipping out of class to go to Lawrence, Kansas to take photos because they were having better shows, and I had friends that were going to shows in Lawrence, and I would be like, yo, I'm doing it.
Yeah, like
I'm doing what I want
right
now
with no real assistance from a school. That can truly help you.
But it was important. Like I still, I still encourage kids that like if they haven't really figured out what they want to do,
100%,
they should definitely go to school
because they know about every lane that you could possibly go down to a beginning point. And
Yeah.
that's up to you to run with whatever.
Yeah, and you know, people go, you have a whole damn podcast about like, oh, should I go to school for photography? It's like,
Maybe.
you can't even like put my mind back in that
Right.
that zone.
No,
but
that's
you know
for
what?
sure.
I did it. I did that thing. It's in my past.
Yeah.
Made my mom happy. Made my grandfather happy.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
You
dog.
know?
Yeah.
So and that's the best.
So, you know, you start doing that. You start going out for a couple weeks. All of a sudden, you're touring with G. Didn't you do some like drone shit too?
I was
When'd you start
doing.
doing
Yeah, I was. I love the drone shit, man.
Me too.
It's like it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's the shit. Drones are the shit.
They just put so much restrictions on us now. It's
know.
like, fuck.
Yeah, have you almost gotten in trouble for that shit yet?
Yes.
Where at?
Yeah, we were out in Joshua Tree with Walk the Moon.
They don't fuck around
shooting.
with
We were shooting press photos. They can attest to this. We were shooting their album cover actually.
Yeah.
We shot a day in Los Angeles at Hubble Studio, and then we went out to Joshua Tree for the night. So I wasn't shooting. I was just shooting behind the scenes for all this stuff.
Right.
And we were working on an album trailer, and I was doing photo and video for this album trailer to then announce for their tour. Mm-hmm. And then I had the drone out of Joshua Tree. They were climbing on these boulders and all this shit. I launched the drone. Like, we got up for like 10, 15 minutes. I was like, everything's smooth, right? Then park ranger comes through.
Boop, boop.
So I have to land it. He's pressing me like, yo, you need to land this right now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, look, if you rush me, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, we're flying, you know, these things aren't cheap.
Right.
It's like $1,500
Yeah,
for
it's
this
just gonna
like
fucking
thing.
break.
It was flying camera here.
And there's those Joshua trees all over the place. You want me to fucking
I'm
zoom
like,
in?
there's plenty of space to land it. Like, chill, let me land it. Then he starts taking out his book, takes my ID. And the guys in the band are like, they're kind of just like, whoa, like,
We don't know.
he's pressing me. He's pressing me like, what are y'all doing out here? I was like, oh, we're just taking some photos and stuff. He's like, you can't fly the drones out here. Didn't you see the signs? I was like, sorry, sir, I wasn't driving when we came in. I didn't see the sign. He's like, all right. He's like, what are the photos going to be used for? We're shooting this is their album cover, bro. It's like on the album cover. And the booklet on the inside are these photos. And I was like, hey, I'm not from here, not from around here. We're shooting a school project, college project.
Gotta go.
Always the
go with
go-to.
school project,
And
yeah.
I played it smooth. And he was still asking me questions. I was like, hey, I won't fly it again. We'll get out of here right now. And he let us go.
Wow.
And Walk the Moon boys were like, how the fuck did you do that?
It literally says you will get fined if you fly a drone, and it's like a lot of money too. I don't remember what the fine
wasn't
was.
cheap.
No,
It wasn't cheap.
absurd.
I saved them some money.
Damn. Sure,
And probably saved myself a job.
Hell yeah.
Because then we just did this. We just did a bunch of stuff after that.
Oh man.
But
That's
yeah,
so
man.
funny.
Gotta love the drone stuff. It's such an emerging technology still. Like we haven't even touched the surface
No.
of it.
What Intel does with drones blows my mind.
I mean,
Coachella last year,
oh dude, I know.
the
And
best.
then I saw another one of those in what festival were we at?
I know I saw it pop up again recently.
Yeah. It's like BMW did a thing with that.
Someone did. That shit was fucking sick.
Yeah.
The way they could
They're
program
off.
like 400 drones and build a fucking
I want
Ferris
that.
wheel.
I want that.
I do too. Give it to me, Intel, please. I have so many ideas. I got when we were when I was with Q and we were in Europe. I was flying in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
And I flew up around the fucking whatever that church is called, that big ass cathedral,
Yeah.
Notre Dame. Getting the illest shots. I'm just like, damn, I'm like getting super close and getting some stuff. And I'm confident
Yeah.
with my shit. I know I'm good at flying. I've been flying since like they fucking started coming
Exactly.
out. And out of nowhere, it was me and Q's trainer, and he's like, oh shit, you're about to go to jail. And I'm like, what? And I like look down, and there's 3 fucking, not the police, the military, walking with rifles at me, and they're like, bring it down. And then
God.
I'm
I
like,
would've freaked.
yeah, dude, I'm like panicking. But I'm trying to think like, okay, how do I get the SD card out if they take the drone? Like I need to get the SD card out, but then I'm terrified like to push a button because I don't want them to think I'm gonna kill us all.
Yeah.
And they literally are surrounding me. I have footage of it. They're surrounding me with
Oh
assault
my
rifles.
God.
And then they call the police over, and the police come. They're taking my passport, all shit. Dog, I thought it was over with. And the bus was about to leave in like 30 minutes. And, you know, like, if you miss the bus, you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, they're not going to know I'm in jail and shit. Like, I'm fucked.
That's my biggest fear.
It was crazy. I need to do something.
I flew in Europe a couple times.
It's fucking sick.
The second time I went to Europe, I was actually on the Justin Bieber tour.
Did you do that? That's what I was going to ask.
Photo and video stuff. And it was with another one of Scooter Braun's artists, the Knox, or DJ Doer from New York.
Okay, word.
So it was my first drone. It's not the current one that I have. The first drone's kaput, no more.
R.I.P.
But I took that one. That was the one where you would attach the GoPro to it, and it was like janky as shit.
I hate those.
And but I took it out in Europe, and it was pretty good. It was pretty smooth.
And
saw some cool stuff.
The cities are just so ill over there. Like the structure's just
way better.
It's not American shit.
Yeah, no.
It looks so sick.
Yeah, it looks way better.
I fucking love that shit. How was Bieber's tour? How long was that?
That was 2.5 months. That was the longest tour I'd ever done.
That's sick.
Yeah, so we were direct support for Bieber every night.
Dope.
We'd play right before him to warm up the crowd. So I was doing photo and video for that too, and that was when I kind of had switched over to the Sony game.
Right.
And I was like, I need something that does better video.
Yeah.
Especially low light stuff.
Right.
And that was when I got the
A7S.
The Sony, yeah, it's the A7S II, and then I started doing more video stuff.
Right.
So I learned a lot on that tour about video.
Were they just in more demand for video, or you were just in a spot where you're like, hey, this
it was
will
both.
help?
That was like a full we need both.
Yeah. What were you shooting on before that then? If you had the Sony now.
Mostly, I mean, I was Canon boy, born and raised.
Yeah, same.
You know, my dad gave me his 35 millimeter Canon shit.
Tight.
Learned off that, then started, learning about like all the high end stuff, like the studio, like all the studio stuff, but I try, like I tell people all the time, like I could talk gear all day, but like I hate talking about gear because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Kids, it doesn't matter.
No.
I hope if you're watching this, it's probably because either one of us posted it.
Yep.
And it's going to be my reply to everyone that asked me about gear on Instagram and all that shit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't matter.
Well, the worst part, this is what I try to teach, because I feel like the reason why I created Black with No Cream is like, these kids have these questions, right? And no shame on them for not knowing the answers. But
I was where they were.
We were all where they were.
Yeah.
Like, anyone they're asking was where they were several years ago.
Sure.
And I look at it like, that question may be dumb as fuck to me. You know what I mean? And I want to say that. But at the same time, I think they need to learn how to approach asking that question. Because if I ask you on Instagram, hey man, what lens do you think I should buy? I love what you do. Bro, do you do what I do? Or do you do portrait photography for schools or something like that? Or like weddings and shit? It's all different. And I don't know how much money you have. Like, you want me to tell you what lens I would get if I were...
Do it yourself.
Fuck, like, do get on Google. Like, there's so many questions that are capable for Google. Please ask Google first before you ask a real person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because, like, I'm happy to spend your money for you.
If I can use it. Let me use it. I want to play with that shit. Damn. But, so Europe on a Bieber tour.
Yeah, that was 2.5 months. That was the longest tour I'd ever done.
Was it the biggest tour?
Yes. That was by far the biggest tour I'd ever done. And being able to see that production every night was amazing.
Could you shoot Bieber too?
No.
They had the no camera policy?
It's kind of a photography gray area for those of you out there who don't know a lot about like signing your life away and what a Taylor Swift contract is.
Have you done Taylor Swift? I did.
No.
I did a Taylor Swift contract.
But she was kind of like the one who started this whole thing of like, you're going to sign your life away basically. Mm-hmm. You can't post shit. Mm-mm. I posted a photo of Bieber the other night. If someone figures it out and they're watching this, then fine, they figured it out.
Fuck.
But whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
Right.
Dude, I don't care. Because if you're doing this and you're like me and you've gone through this shit and I learned it. Yeah. I learned it early.
Right.
I learned it early. Like
But and
it's
you know,
crazy.
but as
I
a
know how this
photographer-
game works, bro. It's like, look, they never made me sign shit.
Oh, yeah,
Not
so
a
it's lit.
damn thing.
You're good then.
Not a damn thing.
You can post
It's
anything
like, how are
you
you
want.
going to do that?
Yeah, and it's like it's in your best interest to post the best image you can find of that artist anyway. It's not like you're gonna post some
Yes.
like picture where like remember when who was it that had like all those pictures and their face looked all like funny and,
Oh,
like,
God.
and then their
who it was.
their publicist like took it all down like it was crazy. But like you're not gonna post shitty like you want people to be like wow he's good, not wow that dude looks like a dumbass.
And that brings up another great point, which is stop posting photos just because you have them. Please post quality over quantity.
Boom.
Bro, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people, my number one thing that I tell people is like I would rather post like just a nice image of somebody, no matter who it is, rather than a bunch of photos that are like mediocre. That's just my style.
No, I'm with that.
And then at the same time, you could be like, I take that scenario and I really pride myself on shooting up and coming artists and capturing that rise. Like that's been kind of my thing since day one.
Which is a hard job to have because
It's tough.
like-
You got to you got to do three things, and it's more about for us. It's more than being a photographer. You know this just as well as I do.
Yes.
People don't hire us because we're not just because we're great photographers and great creators. We are able to connect with people on a human level, a base level. We're not, running around. This is like the biggest secret I think is, I lead with myself.
right.
I see a lot of kids, they lead with their camera and they lead with their Instagram followers that don't matter.
Right.
You got to step away from that stuff for a minute, like 10 seconds.
True.
And be like, you know what? Like, I'm here because I want to be creative and like I want to make the best thing possible for you. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the other shit.
Right.
And not
Capture that real moment versus just
exactly, and that's when you're able to break the barrier that not enough people break. I guess I'm a purist. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe
No.
I've been doing this stuff too long. I mean, I'm 25, and I feel like
No.
like I've met like all the scenarios, and it's like, people just like take good photos. People, please take good images.
the gear's there. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
just fucking have an eye.
Please take a good photo.
It's hard. I think it's hard because
and don't post it.
it's oversaturated with
it's
a
gonna
bunch
get
of
stolen.
basic shit, right? Like
We are in the most saturated, what we do. There's 100 other people that could do what we do. That would love to do it. And they'd probably do it for cheaper too.
always
I think about that all the time.
all the time.
But when you get past that is when you start winning. Because then you're like, nah, that's all bullshit. And you're like, no, then you remember what I just said, which was, no, they want you there because you're who you are.
Right.
It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter what kind of camera you're using.
Yeah, and the people who
Whatever
are
you
mistaking that for like, well, he said he'd do it for this much money a day, and it's like, okay, cool. I've had that where I say, okay, cool, go with him. I don't give a fuck. Like, I could give two shits less if I don't have work the next 3 weeks because I would rather just not work with you.
Yeah.
If that's how you value this, because this is an art form in
100%,
itself.
bro. And once you start, you value yourself, and then everything kind of falls into place from there, I think.
What have been some of the most like challenging moments that you faced as far as keeping and running a business behind your art?
I mean, for the longest time, it was moving to LA.
Yeah.
It's like being based out of St. Louis, where there wasn't much of a community for what I did or what I wanted to do. Wasn't a big music scene, so I wasn't shooting major artists. I would try to go find it.
Yeah, where's Nelly live?
Exactly, LA.
Fuck! Thought he was in the St. Louis.
No,
Damn.
I remember shooting. I've shot Nelly 2 times. Both times in St. Louis actually. But
I shot him in LA once at a basketball thing.
yeah.
I was like, damn, I'm right next to. I tossed the ball back to him and shit. I was like, that was tight.
Yeah, that's what people think when they think of St. Louis, because there's nothing else.
No.
You know, it was tough to get out. A lot of people just get trapped there and they never leave.
What was it for you? What did you do? What was like the steps you took to get to LA?
I guess I was just waiting for the very right moment, because I could have done it in another realm. I could have like left school and just moved to LA, and I had opportunities to do it too. And it was like around the time that I was starting to like see money and get published and see my photos get places. I was like, all right, now's the time.
Yeah.
But you can't rush things like that. And I'm glad I did it when I did.
So having patience, I guess, in a sense.
Always patience.
Yep.
Always.
So what felt like, this is it, I gotta go this month? You moved out here 8 months ago. When was that?
Yeah, it was over the summer. Yeah, it was like July, I guess.
Was it because you weren't on tour and you were like, oh, cool, I could actually be there? Because that's the problem with touring. It's like you're never home.
Dude, I know. I pay insane money to, for an apartment that I'm never at.
Yeah.
But it's like the other unnecessary evils.
I know.
But I mean, I love it here. I always knew that I would end up in LA. I mean, hate it or love it. It's just like, there's more people that I respect creatively here, and there's more music, and like it's a good hub, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. Wasn't an easy move. That's for sure. I drove my car out here.
Same here. Fucking that drive.
Didn't have an apartment when I landed. My sublease fell through.
Damn.
As I was driving into the city. It fell through.
And that's for anyone who doesn't fucking know, that's like a 22. How long is that drive?
About 22 hours. Took me 2.5 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
And it was just like some LA shit to happen.
Yeah,
it was like that'll break you down.
Yeah.
Man, I was living in a hotel for 3 days. Shout out the Ace Hotel. But I was at the Ace. I was at the Ace for 3 days, and then I had to live in an Airbnb for a week. And all my shit's in the car, and like I'm trying to pull strings with homies. It's like, yo, like, what do we do? But that's the shit that breaks you down and makes you like, once you finally find that spot, you're like, I got it. I'm here now.
Damn.
And it motivates you.
Yeah.
Like,
where you live at now in LA?
I live right out Fairfax. Right.
Oh, dope.
Fairfax High
Oh,
School.
so you
West
found a good
Hollywood.
little space.
I love it, man. I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
I could just,
Clutch.
I do my thing. I hate driving.
I hate driving too. Have you ever tried the electric skateboard?
No.
The Wave.
I'm trying. Let's go.
Tour, do all that shit. I literally would drive it here.
We'll be back after this.
Yeah, see, we're gonna take a short break to go 20 miles an hour.
Cut to Dusty eating shit.
Yeah, I got hit by a car.
Oh no,
it was crazy.
Oh my god,
fucking nuts.
I kind of took a break on the extreme sports once I found photography. Like I still love like downhill mountain biking.
I took a break, but I'll go fast as fuck.
But
downhill.
I'm still down for that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Never done it.
Yes.
No.
It's sick. You're on a skateboard, electric skateboard, bro.
My homie that
Casey Neistat over
this
here.
WeWork thing.
Yeah.
He was like that's what he did. He was like a Red Bull athlete for that shit, and he could do downhill unicycling.
Oh no.
He did a fucking front flip off a ledge on a unicycle. It was like the crazy. I think he set like
not for me
world record or some shit for this. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. Nah, electric skateboards are the shit because you just like go through all the cars and get on the sidewalk. I've literally done it with the entire podcast on my back. That was terrifying. To Hollywood.
So you're gonna do a podcast?
No,
you're going to do a podcast now. You just gave yourself an idea.
To record
the next podcast is gonna be on.
Yo, I really, because there's a guy that I follow on YouTube that is, and I asked him if anyone knows this guy, fucking tell him to hit me up, Tucker or something. He flies those, like the parachutes where they have the big motor on the back and you like sit in it and you just like glide. It's like
I think, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
So he has one, but he has a channel all around this.
Oh my God.
Listen, it's sick. He has these headphones. He puts this shit on and he'll fly up and talk while he's out riding. He just has a GoPro on his foot and films himself.
Oh, man.
He flew that shit to like a McDonald's, landed and got a burger, and then flew back eating the burger.
Lying.
I swear to God. Now this dude travels around the world flying around like the illest places.
Wow.
There's a channel for everything.
What's the craziest like spot you've been to on tour? What's your favorite place to be when you're not here?
Not in the U.S.?
If you were to like go fly to one spot right now that you were on a tour and then you want to go back to, where would that be?
That's a good question. Dude, you know what? We went to Iceland and it rained the entire time. And so like the coolest part of Iceland was like flying in and seeing something that might look dope. And I was like, I know that it's out there.
Yeah.
I've seen all the fucking pictures and shit. And like
Yeah.
Bieber did that whole video out in fucking Iceland. It looked amazing. And I'm like, I really would love to go back there. I think that'd be dope to do like a week. What about you?
I think I would say either Switzerland
Switzerland was dope.
or Portugal.
Never been. You been there?
Sick. Yeah, Lisbon. We ended the tour. We ended the Bieber tour in Lisbon, Portugal. Damn. For like one of the last days, and it was like one of the most beautiful places. It's kind of like reminiscent of San Francisco. It's super hilly, super colorful, right on the water. Yeah.
So what?
And it's cheap.
When you're on tour, how do you manage your time? Because I don't think a lot of people understand that. Like, when you go on tour with an artist, you're kind of like full time to the hip of the artist.
24/7 job,
Literally.
bro.
So do you ever find yourself having availability to like go explore shit, unless like outside of the artist? Because
Yes, but at certain points, it's different now. It's different. I'm glad you brought that up because depending on who you're working with, like when I would be on like G tours and stuff, and we would go out and explore like the cities as much as we could,
including
like,
G, or were you by yourself?
No, when I was with G, we would go out like when we were in Asia and stuff. We would go out and like seek out stuff, like go check it out. In South America, when I went to South America with G, we did all the Lollapaloozas down there. We would go out and find stuff to do.
Right.
That's why for us, it makes my job easier creating
There's
content.
Yeah,
because
thank
there's like
God.
real content there, and it's not just show footage. Because the show footage just gets so repetitive. It's like, all right, people know what the show looks like.
Yeah.
They've been, either they've been like, if they see it once in the video, most of the shows are gonna look the same.
Yeah.
So it's good to mix it up, and it's a different dynamic when you're working with a band like Walk the Moon, where you got 4 guys in the band.
Yeah.
And they're not always together at all times. They're not attached to the hip. They have
how the fuck
they have
do you
their
do
own
that?
lives.
Yeah, how do you do that?
They like their time alone too.
Huh.
So it's kind of like, I'm trying to tell the story from multiple perspectives, and it's really refreshing, like working with a band too, in a completely different world, because I can bring what I do, being a part of like, seeing a rising rap star over these past few years and learning what I've learned there and applying it to these guys that are like pop alternative.
Right.
And they kind of love it.
Interesting.
They like that perspective because they like seeing it from a different,
Right.
how I would do things. And that goes back to us being more than just photographers.
Fuck yeah.
But it's cool because like one day I could like go out on a trip with some guy, like one of the guys in the band, and like go create this content somewhere and get like these amazing voiceovers that we can use
Right.
in the video or whatever. And just I can go out and do my own thing too.
So when you
It's
were
like they respect that.
with Walk the Moon, is it ever like, I didn't know there was 4 members. Because
Yeah, 4
I
guys.
only got put onto them once you told me you were on tour with them. I'm like, oh shit. And then I
Yeah.
looked them up. So does anyone like get mad if you're, if you go out with one guy, is another guy mad? Like, oh, I could have, you know what I mean? How does that work?
I think they're, they're just like good dudes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're from the Midwest, man.
That's right. That's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say.
like from Ohio.
They're
They're
good
from
dudes.
Ohio.
Are they?
Yeah.
There you go.
So
it's easy working with those guys.
it's so much fun. It's like what we did. We did a few days. We did like 2 weeks in South America, Walk the Moon, and we were in Quito, Ecuador. And one day out in Ecuador, I wanted to go fly the drone and take photos. So I just went out on a mission by myself.
Yeah.
I told them, look, if you guys want to come. If you guys want to chill and do your thing, do your thing. I ended up going out on my own that whole day. A city I'd never been to, going out to explore it, got some amazing content.
Dude, I bet.
Like, that's like the best thing ever.
That's so fucking tight.
And then we played a show with Aerosmith that night.
Fuck?
And Steven Tyler was probably one of my favorite people to shoot ever.
So
the photos
sick.
I got of Steven Tyler, moving the way he does, the guy's like 65,
so
60, almost 70 years old.
Just fucking kills it.
You wouldn't even know. He puts more effort into his show at 70 than half these fools like coming up, SoundCloud rappers, whatever, do on their stage. They don't even know.
Crazy.
Steven Tyler's a legend.
That's hard.
One of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah, that's super tight.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's so much shit that you've done.
I just like the catalog. The catalog's deep, man. It's like I don't like post everything.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't. It's too much shit.
Yeah, it's just annoying. And
Yeah.
he posts too much stuff. It's like, why do you follow people?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want from me?
I mean, the algorithm got us all fucked
Yeah, the
anyway.
algorithm
So
really is shitty.
thank you, Instagram.
God damn it. Do you think that Vero app is going to be a thing?
I don't know. I have it on my phone, and I've probably opened it once
Couldn't
since
do
I've
anything?
downloaded it. I don't know. I hope it works out.
Everyone's still hanging on
hope
to
it works
like
out
this.
for them.
I know. Like,
Vero, get at me.
yeah, I know. That's what I was like. I got it too, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I can post
Cool.
anything. Sweet. I tried to post, and it didn't work.
Because
and I'm
someone was like, "Oh, it's free for the first million people that download the app."
Is that
I'm
how it's
like,
advertised?
someone told me that. So that means they heard it from someone or they read it from somewhere. Whatever. If that is the case, which it can't possibly be,
No.
it's like, of course they're going to say that to make people download it and bump it to the top of trending apps on the App Store.
I heard Gary Vee was behind it. Who knows?
It's clean. I like the
It is.
interface.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has potential. I wanted to make an app like, I think what they're doing, I can't really tell because it never fucking functions. But I hated when Facebook changed the algorithm.
Yeah.
Remember that? And then Facebook started becoming a bunch of bullshit, and it's
all-
based on like what you like, and then Instagram started doing it, and I was like, yo, if we could just have one place where you could pick, you could follow whoever you want on your social platforms, but then to combine all of it and then pick, like, say I only want to see what you post, but it's all gonna be in order from like the oldest.
chronological, yeah.
It should just be like that, but from every platform, so I can see your tweets in that same order and everything.
I love that.
I think that's what they're doing with this. I usually come up
like
with
that.
ideas like that and never do anything about it, and then someone comes up with it.
Well, of course, that's just the nature.
Motherfucker.
That's just the nature of us.
Motherfucker.
Coming up with apps that 6 months later take off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming up with dope memes that you never get credit for.
Yeah, just gets a bunch of reposts,
Yep.
millions of
21
impressions.
Cabbage. I started that.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
21 Cabbage?
21 Cabbage.
That's tight.
I'll send it to you later.
Yeah, thank you.
I also did my first meme that ever went viral was Kim Kardashian's baby picture with Kanye's head on it, Kanye's face, like it was like
Her holding little Kanye.
no, I didn't do that. Was a damn good one though.
Yeah.
Meme culture is so
It's
tight.
so tight. And I'm like, do they have other jobs or what the fuck? How do they?
No, I think your job is to just do that.
And work finance. like some
Sidebar,
fucking local business.
do you play HQ?
No, what's that?
Dude, it's a live mobile game show. I'm giving them so much
Oh
advertising.
my God, I just
It's a
saw
live mobile game show where you do trivia and you actually win money.
HQ.
It's crazy.
Lauren's client, I swear I just saw she posted about it. Yeah, beat the Q. Is that the same thing?
HQ.
I don't
It's just called HQ is the app. And now BuzzFeed copied them.
So is it
BuzzFeed's-
Video? Is
Yes.
Damn.
I think so.
It doesn't
It's
have
trivia, right? No?
Yeah, she said I'm partnering with Buzz Video where you can play free live trivia games. Beat
Yes.
the Q.
Yes.
And win money.
BuzzFeed just copied that off of HQ. No one's original, man.
No,
No one's original.
never.
That's HQ right there.
All right, I'm downloading that.
Dude, it's so much fun. If you're smart, I know you're smart.
I'm not smart enough for trivia.
So tonight's game
74,000 fucking ratings on this app.
Yeah.
It's lit, huh?
Dude, they have and it's live, right?
Yeah.
They have close to 2 million people play live every single day.
And you win money?
Yeah.
So have you won any money?
No.
So you have to be super, super fucking next level
Yeah,
smart?
you gotta be like Alex Trebek, like on your shit.
It's over with.
It's fun though, man.
Yeah?
It's super fun.
Can you talk to people and shit?
Yeah, there's comments and shit.
Tight.
You can like be in the comments, and then like there's one dude who's like the guy who is like the announcer, bruh, and he just before he starts the thing, he just like is his personality, and like he's so funny, bro.
Wait, so is it 24 hours a day?
No, they do it during the week. They do it twice a day. This has nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about.
I know.
This is tight.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna download the app. And, fuck yeah, we should have got some bread
It's
for this.
twice a day. I know. Shit.
Oh fuck! I'll make this like the. There's no way to win right now.
Yo,
I guess people just
tune in to watch Ben Real Verse World and DKessler talk about memes, HQ, memes, and apps.
Kim Kardashian apps they never created. Damn, and Vero. Can't wait. Find us on all the platforms now.
Please.
Okay, so let's get back to it, guys. I saw you shot a picture of Lil B when I was scrubbing through your shit real quick.
Yeah, Base God.
Base God. Do you feel like he harnessed any energy?
He blessed me. He blessed me, bro. Yes.
He's
yes.
literally blessed.
He's really that guy. I don't think he's gotten enough attention or credit recently.
Which is weird.
But Base God. Yeah, Base God.
Fuck Kevin Durant. Did you ever hear that song?
Yeah.
He said, shout out to the WNBA. I got a whole lot of girls I want to fuck in the mouth.
That's Base World. That's Black Ken.
Oh my God. Kyle, you shot Kyle too?
Yeah, Super Duper Kyle.
Yeah.
Love Kyle. Love Nolan. Like their whole crew, like creative crew. Do you know Sean?
I know Nolan.
Yeah. So just another great squad who like everyone should aspire to be like, and just have like their creative side like down.
They're on it, right?
On it.
They seem to invest in that.
He puts so much energy. Like Kyle puts so much energy into everything he does. Man, like he's the man.
Right.
Like
100%.
The whole crew. I got nothing but love for them.
How important is that? I mean, like look at your career with G. You've been with him for a long time, and he's got a ton of people that he has around him that.
Yeah.
How, what advice could you give to artists coming up that as far as going with teamwork and investing into that?
Yes, of course. G is another great example of someone who invested early and wanted to make sure that all of his content was consistent and looked great. This is a guy who spent, his own money on videos, risked it all multiple times, not knowing what the outcome of it was going to be, and then thank God it all worked out, and he always made it back.
Yeah.
And, like with the short film, like he invested his own money into that as well, not knowing what was going to happen.
Shit was fire too.
Exactly. And then it ended up on Apple Music, and it's like, great. It's amazing. So advice to artists is, take your content seriously, take your brand seriously, take your content seriously, work with people that you trust, that want to be with you for the long term. I think it's important to, like I said, I always pride myself on working with a small artist and working my way up with them and building really, I describe it as I want to build a library for you.
Right.
I want to build a catalog. I want to build your catalog just like you're about to have all this music.
Exactly.
Just like everything.
Yeah.
So, and then making sure everything's consistent across all platforms and like doing new creative things and just, putting out quality content.
Right.
And that's what we do. And that's what I try to, how I pitch myself to people, and artists and shit. But, I don't know.
Are you trying to get back into editorial shit more?
I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Editorial stuff doesn't pay that well. I mean, neither does the music stuff. Like you talk to any music photographer, we don't do it for the money. We do it because it's our passion and we love that. We love documenting musicians.
Right.
We love going to shows. We love, we love being in the mix and like experience like, not every show is the same.
Right.
Something could happen at one of these shows that you're like, wow, because people will go back and like, I was at this show and he did this.
Yeah.
we do the same thing, but we get to capture it
every night.
It's like really cool.
Yeah.
And you know, I tell, you know, I try to like tell people that are they're so kind of like obsessed with like shooting the elite. Like they want to shoot the Drakes of the world. They want to shoot the Kanyes. They want to shoot the Weeknd.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool. That's cool. But those people have had their photos taken 100,000, a million times.
A billion times.
And you can find that everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know what's really fucking cool? When you find an artist who's completely, in a way we have to be like A&Rs.
Yeah.
We have to have our ears to the ground. And I'm bad on it sometimes myself, because I like there's all these cats popping up out of nowhere. But when we find somebody that we really believe in, when I find someone that I believe in as an artist, like I believed in G, you know, I was a kid in high school. I didn't know what I was doing, but like I believed in the music. I knew where he wanted to go. I knew where I wanted to go, and it's so much more satisfying to me as a person to be able to capture that rise,
Right.
instead of, you know, I could give a shit about. I've taken photos of those guys.
Right.
It's cool. It's fine.
Right.
But it's not that exciting to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't, you know.
It's just a
I feel
thing.
bad. Like it's so much more exciting to me when I get to, you know, work with a nobody, like a no name. He could be, you know, a nobody artist.
And see him pop
You
off.
know, and then see that and see my content go from, you know, even if I don't end up working with that person forever, still being able to say, I had that before anybody else had that.
Have you been working with people like that recently? Is there anyone new that you are fucking with right now?
I'd have to think about that. I know that there is that. I mean, the best example is obviously G, because you just have so many photos in the archive of, you know, before anything.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know who else. Off the top of my head, nothing comes to mind. But
Should we start a new Vans Warped Tour
Ooh,
with like Adidas?
yes,
That'd be fucking hard.
Adidas something tour.
What's the opposite word of warped?
Warped.
Unwarped.
Yeah,
tour.
unwarped. I think we'd
Flat.
still probably get sued by Unwarped Tour.
There's something there.
Yeah.
We'll think about it.
We'll hit the
report
lawyers
back.
and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you guys right
Yeah.
after our boosted board trip.
Yeah.
So then what's new? You know, you just told me you were going to fly to South by Southwest after this week for...
Yeah, I'm stoked, dude. I haven't been to Texas. Well, no, I was just in Texas on the Walk the Moon tour. I haven't been to Texas for South by Southwest in 4 or 5 years, probably.
Yeah.
I remember going with G and playing Showcase. He's like one of the first times that I went.
That's crazy.
We did like the Nice Kick Showcase
Yep.
in Texas on the rooftop with the pool, and here's
You played that shit?
what? I was there, and that was the first time I see Chance the Rapper, and he performed, and I was like, this guy's gonna be amazing, and I have photos. of that before Chance
Damn.
popped off, before any of that. Love Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, I mean...
And I was there, and I was like, I have those photos. It was really, really crazy.
I opened for G.
Yeah.
And I play music.
I saw you post a photo, and I was like, dude, I gotta know more about
Right?
this.
Yeah,
I
right?
have to know. I have
So
to dig.
that was fucking... So he played in LA. Were you at that show or were you you're out of town?
No.
It was just
No.
recent.
Oh,
Most
recently?
people.
No, I was
Yeah,
still
yeah.
on the road.
So he played at the Forum or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And we were there. It was really funny actually because we got in and we had like VIP tickets, which get you nowhere. And we're like trying to get up on the balcony, but that venue is so shitty where if you're not in that front row
No,
on the balcony,
yeah.
you just can't see anything.
Trash.
So then we just walked around and we went up to this dude. This dude should get fired. We walk up to this guy that runs the gate like right next to stage right. So like he just is standing there and we walk up to him, we're like, yo, and he's like, hey, and he just opens it up for us. And we get there and Q played there, so I knew the backstage a little
Right.
bit and I'm like, how did we just get back here? Like, this is hilarious. And then we started walking up the stairs and we walked around and we saw, like, went up to the balcony and I could see, like, the whole shit.
Yeah.
And no one else is back there. And then we see the still house room. So we, like, go back in there and they're, like, fucking
Smart.
serving drinks and
Of
shit.
course.
So we're getting drinks and just kept getting kicked out. And then they'd be like, no one can be back here, and we kick us out, and I just go back down and go right by that guy again. What's up, bro? And like he'd let me back up, and I go up and get to watch a little bit more of the show.
Oh wow!
And so it just kept being this
that's funny
it made me feel
shit.
like high school and shit when I was sneaking into shows and just being able to see it. But as I'm watching the show, it's like it's crazy to see how far because I shot drone shit for the Order More music video.
Oh wow!
For like there's like a split second we did it. We did some VFX and shit, but
Nice.
But I remember watching him and I'm like, damn, like. We played with him 5 years ago that same day, which was nuts. When I looked it up and I saw that shit, I'm like, holy fuck. And
I know.
we played with them at this venue. It's like 600 people. And I mean, I used to pay attention. I was like paying attention to Chance when he first came out with this first tape. G, early G, like all these dudes that were doing it. Yeah, so I saw it all. But his advice that he gave me, because we were like, what could we do to like move forward? And he's like, just keep creating shit. That was like the gist of it, but it was like just keep creating, and he goes, everything falls in line or whatever. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I was gonna do that anyway, but hearing you makes it like I just saw you play it for 600 people, and they loved you. They didn't know who the fuck we were, but they loved you, and it was crazy. He's a trendsetter, man. It's fucking nuts, and it's sick how much he's been able to give you for opportunities and shit.
Yeah, it really has given me a platform. Like, I love Gerald, man.
Sick. So you got South by Southwest coming up. You're doing shit with Bud Light, right?
Yeah.
How was that relationship?
By the time people see this, it'll be post South by Southwest.
Yeah.
But I'm flying to South by this Friday. Bud Light's flying me out. I'm shooting the Roots Jam showcase, which is really dope. They're like, I know Luda's gonna be there already.
Tight.
There's gonna be a bunch of special guests. Like, I don't know who they're gonna bring out, but I hear it's always a good time.
Dope.
But I'm in and out, man. I'm not trying to stay there for very long. But
Then
it'll
you'll
be
back in LA for a little bit.
I'll be back in LA for all of 4 days, and then I'm going back home. Me and my girlfriend are going back home, going back to St. Louis. She's from St. Louis as well. And we're gonna go hang out with the fam for a week, and then she's a teacher. So
Here? In
she's
LA?
a teacher here.
Oh shit.
So
Spring break.
yeah,
Makes sense.
her spring break, we're gonna go to Tulum.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Man, it's so great, like, to be able, like, to, like, I never would have thought, like, man, like, I made money off photography, like, I can go on a trip now. And I'm not going on a tour with an artist.
Right.
I'm going, like, on a trip
Your own
that
trip.
I paid for
Right.
with my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty dope.
That's solid.
Like, it's the first time I've done that.
I need to do it.
It's the first time I've ever done that.
We haven't done that either. Me and Lauren haven't gone
It's
anywhere.
like, man,
Damn.
I do that more often.
Yeah, I know. That's what we were just talking about. He was talking about Cabo or something on the way here, and his sister's in Cabo or some shit. And I was like, all inclusive sounds lit right now. Like, I just want to go sit somewhere and not
just drink all day.
see my internet and shit, just relax or whatever. Fuck. There ain't no time for that.
I know. That's the thing. Is like the second that we step away, it's like, here's
Offers.
10 other jobs that you could be doing right now.
I know.
Take this BuzzFeed quiz.
Fuck. Is that balance hard?
Super hard. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I know.
passion kills, bro.
Passion kills. 100%.
Whose
has that?
It's my homie.
That's his brand?
Yeah.
Passion kills?
No, it's just one of his like lines. Passion kills.
Oh, tight.
It's a brand called 95 Noir.
95 Noir.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. He lives here. He's from Canada.
Oh shit.
Dope homie. We'll ace you with some shit.
Yeah. Sight.
Yeah.
They
Super dope.
They
But it's true, man. We put so much like effort. We put so much time and energy into this stuff, and it's like it's our passion, but it's like
it's fucking worth it.
yeah. It's at the end of the day, man. We have the best jobs.
Yeah.
Really, we do. Like, you know, you're a doctor. Like, you're a surgeon, bro. Like, you're a surgeon. You get to a certain age, you can't do surgery on people. You got shaky hands and shit. You're not doing surgeries on people. You gotta retire.
Yeah, we could go forever.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good doing this
Tyler Perry my
till the
ass.
day that I fucking die, bro.
Damn, that's crazy.
I love it, man.
And the tech keeps getting crazier.
Yeah,
like,
we
there's so
don't
much.
have to.
What's in your bag? What's your camera setup right now?
Okay.
Yeah, A7S. And then
Black
A8
all
out.
this out.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
It's rotating, man. It's always something different. Like, I love shooting film still.
I've
you
never
know,
shot film.
Dude,
I just
it'll
never
change it. Well, honestly, it'll make you see things different. You know, when you see that film grain,
Yeah.
you're like, this isn't digital grain.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
It's different.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, shoot some film.
No, I'm not afraid to admit it.
I tell people like I mean, I've shot everything from 35 millimeter to like, if people know like large format stuff like 4x5.
Yeah.
You know, and it gets even bigger from there. It's like you have these giant negatives that are like huge and they have so much detail, and they're almost better. It's almost better than, like, I'm a digital photographer that likes to spend a lot of money on film photography.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
a lot of people are in that same zone, and it's cool now that so many people are doing, like, they're going back. They are interested in film photography, and I think that's great because you learn. There's so much to learn.
Yeah,
the great photographers of our time, everyone they weren't shooting digital.
Yeah, I feel like it's becoming. Everyone's starting to carry a film camera with them everywhere.
Just like a little point and shoot. Yeah, that's all you need. For a long time, I don't know why I sold it. I had the Contax T2, which is like, now you can't get one for like less than $1,000. Yeah, I know. Fuck. I think I sold mine for like $500.
No,
it was the best. But like I rotate things out, man. I never like having something for too long.
Tour, to me,
yeah.
Everyone always talks shit on tour because it was like my big ass black bag, and they were like, "This is like a baby. This is like a fucking person. You gotta move this champion, get it off the chair." I'm like, dude, where you want me to put this camera bag, bro?
I know. I'll tell you what changed the whole game up for me on the Walk the Moon tour. I got a Pelican case. I got a hard shell Pelican case that rolls.
Why did that change? I feel like that would be.
I don't have to wear shit on my back anymore.
Yeah, but
dude, our backs are fucked.
Yeah.
I got a nice Pelican case, one that's a carry-on size, and I put all my shit in there, and it's organized, and I don't have to like dig through. It's amazing.
So what about like if everyone says, all right, let's go through, we're gonna go on a run through Asia.
I got a day bag. Oh, okay. I got my little sling bag, my little fanny pack.
Just toss what you need. Damn, that might be the wave, huh?
It worked for me.
Fuck. You know what I did? What my biggest mistake was with Q's tour? Because that was my first real true tour. I've done like van tours and shit, but I brought a big ass suitcase with a bunch of clothes that I never wore, and then a duffel bag with like some shoes and shit, and then my camera bag, a drone, which was in the foam case that I just brought the DJI Phantom 4 drone thing, and something else. Oh, my Ronin, which was in a Pelican case that I cut out. Right. So when we got to fucking
Ronin takes up space.
Australia, we go from U.S. tour straight off the bus, dump our shit, take all of our shit. I'm carrying, I swear to God, through every airport, that suitcase with the fucking Phantom hanging on here, the Ronin with this thing. Dude, I was so beat down. Yeah. No one's helping me.
I've really like, at least in the last year or so, I've tried to streamline everything, even down to like the laptop and the hard drives, bro. It's like every little ounce, like it adds a lot.
It sucks.
And if you can scale back and just minimize, I do like the Sony, and I'll have usually 3 or 4 lenses with me. I'll always rock like the 28 on the Sony, which is just like, it's compact. It's good all-around lens, and then like since I shot Canon forever, I would have Canon gear. I still use my Canon lenses on my Sony with the adapter. The 16 and 35, the 7200, and I used to have until recently I had the Sigma 35, which I loved. I don't know, I sold it just so I could buy more shit. Right. But the Sigma 35, which is a sweet lens. The 1.4 art lens, so it was a good one. And now, I have an 85 Cine lens for the Sony, which is just Sony mount. Yeah. Which is pretty smooth and buttery. It's a piece of shit lens though. But it's sometimes those cheap, shitty lenses, they do the job.
Yeah, they come
and
in clutch.
They do.
They come in clutch.
And I manually that's the other thing. It's like this whole tour, I did a 2-month tour, Walk the Moon. I manually focused everything.
I've only ever manually focused.
I love that. I fucking love that.
But it's because for me personally, I was excited for the
to.
A7S to be the autofocus. And, this Metabones, if you bid it for the $400 ones, it's gonna fix it. Nope. So I never shoot photos with that, rarely. So it's all manual. And I'm like, fuck, I'll just use my 5D because I love just having autofocus on that, quick photos, especially low light.
Yeah, the 5Ds all day. I lend a 5D for the Mark III for my homie like all the time.
Yeah. I'd have that shit on over my neck and then have my A7S if I had.
Yeah, I've seen the photo of you with because you use a cage, don't you, for your A7?
We got it for a documentary, and I like the idea of having it built out for long, like, run and gun shooting.
Because I've thought about doing the same thing.
It's cool, but it sucks. Because if I wanted to take it out of the cage and fly it on my Ronin,
exactly,
you have to unbuild the whole fucking thing, and it's a pain in the ass.
And now they got all these gimbals that are like these 3-axis gimbals that you can just like throw it on there, and it's like you're good. So now the Ronin's like, instead of doing this, you're like doing this.
Yeah. So it's just one handled grip. And
I used it one time and it worked. I shot Lil Dicky.
I shot Lil Dicky.
Yeah. I think it was his birthday last night, right?
Was it? I don't know.
Something.
I don't know. I saw him at a party not too long ago too, and
yeah,
he's got another music video.
Shout out Dave, man.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah.
But yeah, it's different. The whole everything is so rapidly changing. It's like, whoa.
We were just talking about those gimbals the other day because I think that it's the cheaper version of a Ronin. It's way easier to put in a bag, just like a fucking Mavic Air and shit. Like all these things are getting so small. But what I don't like about these handheld gimbals is that if you watch the video, you can tell when it's being used. Same. It's just this bobble. Yeah. Where a Ronin like cancels
unless you're
out.
really good at it.
Yeah, unless you.
And then there's the cats that are like, I know fools that still use like the glide cam.
I think the glide cam's dope. I actually was wanting to use it. How to use it.
It's all about. Just like everything, bro, it's if you master it, that's why you can use any camera. If you master it, then it doesn't matter.
No, not at all.
You could handhold shit for the rest of your life.
Yeah, Gibson Hazard.
Yeah,
exactly. Doing everything.
Sure.
Handheld.
And I handhold basically everything.
Yeah. It's generally just it's easy if you don't have to put it on a gimbal. I just like the gimbal for certain things. Like there's certain reasons why I use it. It's a tool.
You just walk around with the drone. 4K that shit.
I've done that. I did one where like I tried to do this whole pass
gimbal
for this EA thing, and I like came through this shoe store. We were undefeated, and so we were like walking through, and it's shooting, and then all of a sudden it comes outside, and it takes off.
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked. It was cool.
I think they did that for my homie did that for the what's her face video, the Bad Baby.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Who?
Danny Bergoli or whatever.
He directed the video for her?
No. The video, the girl the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah. But I mean,
yeah,
like,
they did the same.
They
did the same type of thing.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, where they were holding the drone.
Bad Baby.
And then they were like,
she's hilarious.
I love her. Can't not hate on someone getting money.
Yeah, she is fucking tight. All right, this is a good conversation, dog.
This is amazing. I mean, shout out to you, man.
No, you too, dude. This show was fun. So I told you before, but I let all the Black Window Cream members like ask questions to you. And
bring it on.
I tried, and it's an experiment.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, but I explained to you earlier. I'll explain it to the listeners.
Yeah.
I instead, most people would I'd say like, hey, I'm having Dusty come in, like ask questions, whatever.
Yeah.
They would normally just type up a response, but I said, give me a video of you asking the question.
Sick.
Okay, so I don't know if this makes sense. I'm gonna try to turn this shit to you so you can see the video.
All right,
while
let's
it
do
plays,
it.
and then I'll add this shit in on
I wish you
YouTube.
could put it on there.
Fuck, I wish. I could. So let's see. Let's turn the volume up on this shit. This is kind of a tight idea.
I love this.
What's up, Black with No Cream? It's your boy Phil, 7&9 Photography. My question for Dusty: what do you think made you stand out for those artists to hire you as a photographer, and what do you do to keep?
Yeah.
Next time you'll figure out how to get that second question.
Yeah. Yeah. One question. Thanks for the question, Phil.
Yeah.
Much respect. I think it's, taking your own approach, you know, to things and doing it how you want to do it, and don't try to be original. And again, you know, when you're talking about artists, you know, seeing what they want, seeing what their needs are, and doing a lot of research on the artists.
Right.
That's what I love. That's what I love digging. I love digging into their catalog and their archive and see what they already got. If there's somebody that has a presence, some type of presence,
right.
if they've put out a project or something,
There's something there.
you gotta do your research.
Right. 100%.
You gotta do it. That's important. And then coming at them and being like, you know,
what if we did this?
what if we did this? And you have to be okay with them saying no.
Right.
We don't like that idea.
Yeah.
But we still like you. We still, you know.
I had 3 other ideas in case you said that. Here
Yeah.
you go, you know what I mean?
So it's like you got to be able to bounce ideas off of each other.
Right.
That's like really dope.
And that's the collaborative process, and it's creative when you do that. And
100%.
if you can't even do that, then it's not going to work within that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's when people are too single-minded or whatever, and they don't want to think about what you have to say and shit. And that's like not a good fucking partnership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, we got another one.
Yo, Alex from Black with No Cream here. Dusty, what's poppin'? I really love your work.
Yes, sir.
My one question for you is, what's that one thing you wish somebody told you, you read in a book or saw on YouTube? What's that one thing that you wish you knew when you got started with photography and video production?
Oh man, Alex,
Hard.
that's a crazy question to answer, man.
That's hard.
That makes you think. It makes you think about shit. But like, so what's one thing that I wish someone would have told me, you know, like when I was starting out? Like, that's kind of a crazy one to think about. It's like, if you would have told me that I would be sitting right here, right now, talking to you about any of this, you know, years ago, like, dude, I'm a kid from St. Louis. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not. Neither one of us are supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But you know what? We fucked something up, and we didn't do something right, or somebody said no to us, and you know, something happened, and now we're here. We ended up here for a reason.
Just know that you got it.
Yeah, know you got it. I wish, you know, I wish somebody would have told me that, like, you know, you'd go through some, like, you'd have like a lot of like learning experiences, like a lot of opportunities to like pick things up. I don't know. Like I got published in Rolling Stone when I was like 18 or 19. And it was like a eye-opening experience. I don't talk about it a lot too because it was like illegal. It was like not for a good reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had one of my photos stolen, and this like
by Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone stole your photo?
An artist had stolen my photo, and it ended up being published 3 times in 2 different magazines.
So
Rolling Stone being one of them. Every major music blog, Fader, Complex, blah blah blah, you name it, they all use my photos.
Wait, what was the photo of? An art? Like
it was an artist,
a rapper or something?
It was
You're
an
not
artist.
gonna say the name? How do we find this shit? The artist stole your photo?
Artist stole my photo.
Oh.
It was a huge learning experience for me. Damn. If Alex really wanted to know, it's like I wish somebody would have told me that you'd be tested. Like you would be like, but it was a huge learning experience, and I'm glad that it happened to me early on in my career rather than later on, and not, because if it ever happens again, I know exactly what I have to do.
Come down with the fucking hammer.
Exactly. And then, you know, like a lot of people, man, it's unfortunate how often our work is taken for granted and stolen and misused and all this stuff, and people not being, you know, people they cry about it all day, like not being credited on Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, I get that, but like you really cross the line when you take someone's like intellectual property and print it.
Yeah, and print it.
That's what crosses the line. It opens up a different can of
Right.
worms. So that happened to me.
That's crazy.
That happened to me. And we could talk about that more later.
Talk about that shit right now. Wait, so tell me, all right, but are they getting the high-res image from the artist? Like you sent it to the artist?
Yeah, sent it to the artist. Sent it to the artist, and the artist blew up.
Nelly.
Like blew up.
I'm thinking it's
no,
Nelly.
I'm way after Nelly, bro.
This is way after Nelly?
This is way after Nelly. Dude, by the time I came up, Nelly was, you know,
Dead.
the,
Hey, yo, Nelly played.
no,
the
it was an
biggest
EDM artist, and that's why I don't shoot EDM anymore.
For real?
Yeah. Do the Harlem Shake.
Oh yeah, what's that fucking guy's name?
Exactly.
Really? So what? He just sent it like they are like, oh, we're gonna do a write up about you, and do you have photos you could use? And he sent your photo without ever giving you, asking for that. Crazy. Bauer, that motherfucking guy.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy time.
Were you guys homies before that? Or was it just like a one-off?
We could have been.
Yeah, motherfucker, you made so much money. Come on, ain't that big of a deal to fucking pay out your friend or whatever, like an associate.
A photographer, bro.
A hardworking
This is
artist.
before people were yapping on Instagram like, oh, yo, this blog stole my photograph and reposted it and didn't give me credit. And then, no, X artist stole my work.
Yeah. That's
and sent it out
crazy.
as they used it as an official press photo.
Like millions of printed copies of that.
Yes. And it hit him with the lawsuit, and I won.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, tight. So who like advised you on how to go about doing that?
I had a team, literally.
So
yeah,
what?
I was very, very lucky and fortunate again to have an entertainment lawyer who was a close friend.
Oh shit.
And who had done like huge. I mean, he was the lawyer that did Country Grammar for Nelly. You know, he's done major entertainment deals.
I feel like I've heard about this dude.
It's possible.
That's crazy.
Anyway, he's done. He really helped me out, and he was my main guy, and then we had a litigator in New York, we had a litigator in LA, serving papers up to fools left and right. I don't like to brag about this. It's like not me.
But I mean,
I don't like to even talk about this. Like potentially, I don't even want
Right.
you to put this in there.
Right. But I mean, like this, I feel like is such a fucking daunting thing to deal with as a creator because that could have fucked you up emotionally.
I don't go up to people or like clients and be like, I'm the photographer that sued Bauer.
But fuck them for that shit. That's crazy.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, you got to fight back for that stuff.
Dude, that was one of the one times. Because before that, people had like, you know, every once in a while they would post a photo or whatever and not get credit. I'm like, I'll live.
Right.
I'll live. But you cross the line when you... And then act like they didn't do anything wrong. And like they didn't owe me anything.
Think about that. If that magazine goes out to...
It could have been a relationship that I could have had with an artist and be able to document. I shot those portraits before Harlem Shake ever popped off. All that shit. And then once it finally did, my photo was associated with Bauer as his official press photo. Never paid me for it. And then
It's so
easy.
It's
Such
an easy
they could have had
thing.
it. They could have had that photo for
Ever.
$500.
$500. Literally.
They
dog.
could have had it, and I would have been stoked. I'd be like, "Oh, are you kidding me? I just got paid $500 for this artist portrait. Sick. Let me work with you more, bro. Let's create more. Let's make photos. Let's make video. Whatever." Nope.
Wow.
And now where's he at? No one's checking for him.
Did this blow up and backlash on him at all? Like publicly on the internet? Was this like a thing?
I was on TMZ.
Oh, well, shit. I don't check TMZ often, but
a
lot of
you
people
check
do.
TMZ when you're getting phone calls in the morning saying, why are you on the front cover of TMZ?
That's crazy.
On their website, and I'm like stressed out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
damn, man, that's fucking insane.
And this was during the time. I mean, Harlem Shake was a full viral phenomenon.
like SNL and all that shit. Everyone's doing it.
Everyone was doing it.
Wow.
My photos connected with it.
Yeah, slam down that shit.
Slam-
so what do you like? How do you even
Slam
go
dunk.
about recoup? Like, I guess that's a whole technical thing that deals with lawyers and shit. That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So no one likes to be sued. No one likes to sue people. So
You'd settle.
yeah, settle out of court. And it's all about having a good team around you.
Shout out to your team.
I don't like.
Damn.
I don't like brag about shit. Like I hardly talk about it. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you're an artist and you feel like you've been taken advantage of, and you have a real reason to a real reason for it, do everything in your power to out those people, because they're not looking out. They're not looking out for you. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not looking out for your best. They're not in your best interest.
No,
you know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's why I don't think there's no shame on sharing that story, because to me it's like, I don't know. You almost have, you look at it like this, like everyone's so used to like a world star fucking complex or whatever sharing your photos and shit. Like I took a picture of Kendrick and it was ill.
Yeah.
And everyone shared it. And I was like, dang, no one knows I did that. And it's like, fuck it, whatever. At the same time, it doesn't matter. He didn't have it on there that it said I took it, so why would they know it? But you see that out there, and it's almost like that happens so often that you have to just cut your losses. Like, you could have easily just been like, fuck, they used my photo on Rolling Stone. And it's all over the internet, or all over the world in physical copy form, and just dealt with it, because most people don't know how to approach that situation. At least you figured, you got lucky that you had that. So now people know, if they're listening to it, if you let me keep this shit in there, they know that that is possible to approach no matter what it is. Even if you could have only made $500 for a photo, like you'd like, oh, I could have got $500 for it. It's worth it. That's your actual content. You created that image from nothing. You know what I mean?
And you know what? You you go to copyright.gov or whatever, .org or whatever, and you upload your photo to a website, and weeks or months later you pay for it, and you get a document saying this is your copyright. Even when you take that photo, yes, it's your intellectual property, but the second you upload it and get the paperwork for it through the government, and like every photographer should know how to do this, which is, I
didn't even know how to do this.
Dude,
that's crazy.
That's how you win. That's how you win a case.
You can do it after the fact?
You can still do it after the fact.
I wish we would have talked about this instead of talking about that fucking app.
Dude. Dude, copyright is crazy how that shit works. Yeah, I learned a lot. I've forgotten a bit, but copyright your photos. Don't just put you put a watermark on them. That's fine. But when you upload them and get the actual physical paperwork for it saying, so you created this photo and it is your copyright and you hold that copyright, anybody who uses it, you can, it's like a patent.
Yeah.
Damn. It's an extra level of protection.
Right, for sure.
That not enough people know about.
So would you say that it would be smart if you were going to work with a publication or something, or you knew that this photo might have interest in publications, you would go and get that done right
100%. If I took a culturally significant photo of, let's say, Kanye tomorrow, Kim K.
Kim K holding a little. Yeah. This is gonna be the best
I don't know. I would file that. I would file that, and
that's good advice.
It's worth it.
Damn.
It's worth it. Look into it. Copywriting your photographs.
Yeah, definitely. That's sick. All right, hold on. Let's blast through these.
Let's do another one. Yeah. These are fun.
Yeah, these are really dope.
Thanks everyone for sending in
the Dusty, it's Kaiser. Happy Sunday to you. My first question is, what is the one thing that you can do, or what you would tell anybody who wants to get their foot in the door with the concert photography and getting on tour with these bigger artists? Let me know, man. Thanks.
Yeah, Kaiser.
These are fun as fuck.
Yeah, Kaiser, man, that's a. I'm glad you asked that question. It's a great question. We get asked that a lot. You know.
Yeah.
And it, again, find an artist that you believe in. Find someone that you trust, someone that fucks with your creative style, and you fuck with them.
Right.
On more of a base level than, I just want to shoot X big artist.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not. You're not going to end up on Drake's tour because he's already got the squad.
Yeah.
He's got the people, right? So
and he's got the B team and the C team already
yeah,
locked in.
I know.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not even something that I'm interested in doing or
Right.
being a part of. Well, maybe.
If it comes.
I've shot Drake a couple of times, and it's always I
bet.
love shooting Drake. Anyway, find an unknown artist. Find somebody small that you can really create for.
Right.
And be a part of their movement.
Right.
And hopefully their music takes off. It doesn't always.
And be
It
a
doesn't
fucking good
always.
person too, because if you just straight up come
Be
in
a
with-
jack of all trades, bro.
Yeah.
Don't just be a photographer.
Right.
Be someone that can play multiple roles like I did.
Yeah.
You know?
Even like knowing like when security is needed for certain things,
Yeah.
like adding that value.
How to move.
Like,
We
yo,
know
this
how to
motherfucker
move.
is gonna do this shit. Yeah.
You can't teach that, though. You
No.
can't teach someone how to move.
It's crazy.
We just know how to move.
Yeah, it's innate.
It's not like it's like if you put yourself in these positions enough times, you'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
You'll teach yourself where you need to be at certain times.
Yeah.
You can't be behind.
For
You
sure.
have to be ahead. You have to be ahead. If you're on time, you are late.
Always. I was late today. I'm sorry. I was late for this fucking podcast. God damn it.
It's Sunday. I
Yeah, it's Sunday.
understand,
No,
bro.
it's been a
We
long
were
week.
all raging last night
Yeah.
until 5 in the morning.
Fucking wish. Okay,
Let's
last
do
question.
another.
Yeah, this is Corey Cataldo. This dude submitted the funniest video of him making fun of me. I didn't even know he asked this many fucking questions,
Yeah.
but I always read his name
fun.
and I botch it. I'll show it to you after the shit.
What up, Dusty? My question for you is, if there was one thing you could tell yourself back when you were shooting your first show, what would that be? Thanks. Peace.
Man, I hope everyone can see that
Yeah, I'll
because
put
the
that up on
homie just did some puppetry, black with no cream.
Puppetry. That is hard.
That's awesome.
I didn't even hear what the question
Yeah, the
was.
question. Yeah, no, it was like.
Tell yourself,
tell yourself.
back when you were shooting your first show, what would that be?
What would that be?
Man, that's a dope question.
That's really
That's
good.
a really cool question because the first show that I ever really shot that was like an actual show, which is like an eye-opening experience, was 2010, the Light Dreams and Nightmares tour with Drake and Tyga, and G was on that tour
With the car, when he brought
opening.
the car?
Wait,
Was that when Tyga brought like a fucking
sure.
gold Lamborghini?
I
or
never got to see Tyga's
Oh, you
performance.
didn't? All right, it's not worth it. Don't worry about it.
I remember sitting in the seats with G though in the Fox Theater in St. Louis. It was the first time I'd ever met G, and we were sitting watching the show, and he was just taking notes the whole time that Drake was on stage.
Really?
Yeah, writing and taking notes and all this stuff, and I was like, "This is what I want to do. I know I want to do this. I want to take music photos." Fuck. And I wish I would have told myself, shooting that first show. That was the first big show I'd ever taken photos at. I had no idea what I was doing. I had a Canon Rebel and a long ass zoom lens that was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and some other camera.
Fuck.
I think I had like one of the original 1Ds, like the old 1Ds, like a 1D Mark II.
Jesus.
And I wish I would have told myself then that, like, kind of what I think I may have told myself what I would have told myself,
Right.
which was you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
You're gonna you're gonna hopefully make a career out of this music photography thing, and it's not gonna be easy, and it's gonna test you
Yeah.
a lot, and you're gonna travel the world. I wish I would have told myself that. Like,
Zing.
you better be ready. You better be ready to bust
passport.
your ass on tour.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
you better be ready. But yeah,
That's a good question.
yeah, that's a good question. But it's humbling, man. It's really great. We have the best jobs in the world.
For sure.
I
agree.
We really do.
It's
And
fucking
we work
unbelievable.
with awesome people that believe in us, and we get to have dope conversations.
Yeah.
That's the best thing ever.
That's what made me start this, because it's like we could have met on tour and had this conversation there, and I'm
course.
like, dude, like hearing this shit again later
Yeah.
is so fucking cool. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy it took us this long to cross paths.
I know,
Because
Well,
we cross paths with so many
many
people,
times.
and it's like I do that every once in a while. I'm like, wait, you were here at the same time that I was here. We were supposed to meet, we never did.
Yeah.
But yeah,
chaotic as fuck, bro.
that's what's great.
It's always chaotic.
Oh yeah,
fuck.
you're in another city.
Yeah, it's nuts.
you're doing your thing, so
Yeah.
you kind of turn off the world around you,
You
in
have
a certain
to.
way. So
Crazy. Well,
Yeah,
fuck.
man.
I appreciate it. What people? I'll put all your social shit in the show notes and whatnot. But
yeah, man.
Where do you want them to find you?
I mean, Instagram probably
Yeah.
the best way. Don't
His
find me
IG
on
is
Vero. Yeah,
You do Twitter?
At DKessler. Yeah, I do Twitter occasionally. My Twitter used to be popping. I used to be like a comedian on Twitter. I kind of gave that up for a while.
Why?
You could
That's all
dig through my Twitter. It's sarcastic as shit. It's funny. Maybe a meme sprinkled here and there, but at Dusty Kessler on Twitter, KESSLER.
Right.
Instagram at DKessler.
You got a website? and shit?
Yeah, just dustykessler.com.
You sell prints?
Uh,
Every now and then? Not really.
yes and no. I want to set up a whole nother, like, I need an intern to set up my print side of my shit. I have like
You heard what you said, Black with No Cream people.
Yeah. If you
Dave's a shit. He
if
makes
you
my life.
are good at e-commerce stuff and have an ability to make me a
Make me
print
money.
website that'll connect to my actual website, let
Yeah.
me know. Hit me up.
Dope.
Cause I'm down.
All right, so if people got this far in the podcast, you can say a hashtag that they can tweet at us.
Yeah.
So what do you want the hashtag to be? Anything.
Oh shit.
Anything you want. Cabbage. What'd you say earlier?
21 cabbage. Yeah.
Is that in the meme?
Do we have a more relevant? What's more relevant? Like, what's today's meme that people are gonna understand a week from now or 2 weeks from now?
I don't know.
Let's go. How about here we go. This is kind of a long hashtag, so tell me if I need to find it.
They must really care. I mean,
the next Gucci gang.
the hashtag is the next Gucci.
Yeah,
gang?
the next Gucci gang.
All right.
Is that too long?
No.
Okay, good.
All right. So if you made it this far, the
If
next
you made it
Gucci
this
gang,
far.
tweet at both of us. Tell us you made it this far. We'll retweet or something.
Is your Twitter the same as
Ben Real Verse World? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the same shit.
the next Gucci gang? What will it be?
I don't know. I
want to know. Someone said, send me if you made it this far. Send me a song, and then hashtag the next Gucci gang.
There you go.
Or something.
I fuck with that. All right, dog. I appreciate having you
Yo,
on this.
my
This was
guy.
fucking awesome.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
This
all
has been
right.
so much fun.
Follow him. His shit's lit. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, bye, bye. That's it for episode 24 with Dusty Kessler. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Make sure to follow Dusty on Instagram. You can check out his links and shit. It's all in the show notes. BWNC.com/podcast. Leave a review on iTunes. Let me know what you loved about this interview. If you're interested in joining the Black with No Cream private creator group, visit BWNC.com/join. Find us on YouTube and do all that shit. And last but not least, buy some merch. Every sale helps me keep this thing alive. That's it. New episode every single Sunday. See you next week, you bitch!